Hi guys, it's Auntie Belle with My Fairy Treasures. Okay guys, today I'm coming at you guys with all of my friends, we all shop at Dollar Tree, right? And we're all in love with this little red truck. So, I wanted to draw my own version of the Dollar Tree truck that we see everywhere on the bags. We see them on the gift bags. We see them on we're seeing them on everything at Dollar Tree. And, I'm like, oh, I wish I can't find those bags to save my life with the little red truck on there. And it's like in a Christmas setting and all that. So I thought, I'm going to draw my own little red truck. My own little red Christmas truck. And then also I want to turn these into my, the face of my Christmas cards this year. So whoever gets a Christmas card, this is what the face of the Christmas card is going to look like. So, I just wanted to share this with you and show you guys, and what I did too, I should explain. I drew this whole thing out. I drew my own little red truck. I took a few different photographs from online, and then I also have my own, I bought a little red truck that has a Christmas tree in the back to put under my Christmas tree. I used that and to kind of design my truck here. And then I drew in the snow, I drew in the mountains, I drew the Christmas tree, I drew the truck, I drew this whole thing. So I want to show you how I color it in. So that's what we're going to do. Now, again, you guys, because of editing, the YouTube took their editor off. I'm not going to be able to turn things around, so you guys are going to look at it as if you were sitting across from me. But here and there, I will turn it around so that you guys can see it the other way. Okay? All right, so let's get started. And I think what I'm going to do is, well, never mind. Let me just get started. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I already started, oh, this I wanted to explain. I'm not going to color this entire thing. Like, I'm not going to create this whole scene. I'm going to do parts, because this took me like 3 days to do, you guys, working on a few hours a day. So there's no way I can do this from start to finish. So I'm going to show you how I do the truck, and I do all the shading of the truck. I'm going to show you how I do like the silver on the truck, the stainless steel looking on the truck, how I do the lights, how I did the windows. We'll touch on the snow. I'll touch on how to make snow on the truck. So I'll touch on all these things so you can see these techniques that I did. Okay? And these are all just techniques I've learned over time from all different types of people and artists and YouTube videos and things like that. So what I'm going to do is, what I'm using right now is I am using I'm using an alcohol marker. You can use whatever alcohol markers you want. These are, it'll come to me, but any alcohol marker is fine. If you don't have alcohol markers, you could use acrylic paint. Just cheap, like Apple Barrel. I don't have the color red with me. Well, here's some. Just some cheap Apple Barrel 50-cent paint, and you could paint this truck, okay? Because to do the shading, we're going to use colored pencils, Prismacolor pencils, and they work great over paint. You could also use watercolor, but the reason I didn't use watercolor is because I tried it with watercolor. I just didn't get the I didn't get that solid feeling. I wanted the red truck to look really nice and red and solid. It's a little bit too see-through-y with the watercolors for me. So, the other thing you might be able to use is just a plain old red marker. And then, and you can still do the Prismacolor pencils, or any pencils any color pencils you have that you can blend out. Okay. Crayolas won't work because you really can't blend out with those, but actually you can blend out with Crayolas. You can take some mineral spirits and a Q-tip and dip it in and blend the colors out, and they'll blend into each other. Because what it does is it blends out the wax that's in there, and you can blend out your colors. I had a video on that. I did it a long time ago, actually. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just base coating with this alcohol marker. Spectrum Noir. That's the set that I invested in quite a long time ago. So these are Spectrum Noir alcohol markers. Where I got mine, if you're interested in getting alcohol markers, I got mine off of HSN. It's a home shopping network. And for, I think, $75, I got like 100 markers. You guys, that was awesome. Way cheaper than Copics, and I think just as good as Copics. The only thing is that you can't replace, like when you run out of one, you can't just go buy a single to replace it. So that kind of sucks. But then I heard you can buy bottles of ink. So I guess you can go to Spectrum Noir, and they have the bottles of ink, and you just place it in here. You open this up and you re-ink this. So I guess that's how you do it. At Joann's, they sell packs for $14. You can use a coupon, and for $7, buy the whole pack if you use a coupon, and then you'll get that one color plus a bunch of other colors. Because Copics are what, $5 or $6, $7 a piece, so you're still cheaper doing it that way too. So that's another way of doing it. Anyway, so I went ahead and I base coated this red truck with my Spectrum Noir. Like I said, you can use acrylic paint. You could also probably just go and get away with just using a regular red Crayola marker. Okay, next, I'm going to show you how to do some of the shading. Let me check my camera really quick, too. Okay, my camera's good. Okay, the other thing that I'm going to use, you can either use, I should say, you can use Prismacolor pencils, you can use Prismacolor Scholar pencils, or you can use, also I'm using Jane Davenport. So I have all three. I have Jane Davenport's pencils, colored pencils. I have Prismacolor pencils, and I have Prismacolor Scholars. Scholars are a little bit cheaper. But if you want to get a nice set of just Prismacolor Premiers, I have those too. I use Prismacolor Premiers and Prismacolor Scholars. The Prismacolor Premiers, you can get a set of 35 or 40. Let me just see. You can get a set of 36. And here it is. You can get it from Sam's Club. At least the Sam's Club here in Las Vegas has it. A set of 36 for $20, $25. You guys, that's an insane price. So if you have a Sam's Club, go check it out and get yourself some of these. That's a great deal. 36 colors, you can do a lot of stuff with that. Okay, so we're going to shade everything with this Jane Davenport. I love her stuff. This is what the Jane Davenport color pencils look like. These aren't cheap either, but I think they're like maybe $30, something like that. So, you know, if you use a coupon, you get them for about $15. And they're beautiful. I have a lot of them already out of here and bundled up, but you get two trays of it. So you have your first tray and then your second tray. And is it the second tray? No, just the first tray. So I think you get like 20 or 25 pencils. As far as it doesn't tell you right here. Anyway, that's another great thing. I love her pencils too. So, all right. So I'm going to use a Jane Davenport colored pencil, and I'm going to use a blender that I get from Blix. You can also get blender pencils from Michael's. Okay, so let's get started. All right. So I'm going to start my shading right here. I'm going to shade right here on the side. Okay, and we're going to blend this shading out in a minute. Okay. And because it's red, that's why I'm shading with black. Because it's, to me, it's the best thing, one of the best things to shade with when you're dealing with red. You can also always pick a deeper shade of red to shade with also. So anyway, I'm going to take my blender, and I'm going to go over that black and blend it out. Okay? Go over it and then blend it out. Okay. Okay, so you guys see how I'm doing this? And look how much better that looks already just by shading this, by shading it. I'll come in a little closer so you guys can see. So that's what it looks like with that shading. In fact, I'll stay that close for a minute here. And you guys, you know what? I'm gonna, just a second, I'm probably getting some weird light in here. I have my window open here, but The light's coming into the window really weird, so let's just shut that now. I have a lot of light going on in my room, so I should be good. Okay. Let me see now if I can see. Oh, if I could see better. Yeah. Okay. So then I want to put some darker shadows on this car. So we're going to put some darker shadows like right into here like that. Maybe like this. There we go. Okay. And let's do another one like this. Okay. So then I just like to go over them like this and then blend them out just a little bit. Okay, kind of go over them a little bit, start loosening up that wax, and then blend them out. Go over them and then blend it out a little bit. And then here again. And then blend it out a little bit. Okay, and I love that because it's just giving you a little bit of, just giving you that little bit of shading. Okay. All right, let's do a little bit more shading on the car here. Here, and I'll do some here. And I'm gonna do some shading right here too, all the way around. We'll blend all that out. Put some shading in through here. Got a lot of shading to blend out. Okay, so let's I just got a little bit of black right there. We don't want that there. Okay, so let's go ahead and just gonna check just checking how much time I have to. Okay, we have plenty of time. Okay, so I'm gonna go around like this in this little area, and then I'm gonna like this, and I'm gonna blend it out. Okay, and blend it out. Go like that. Blend it out. Do a little blending out. And when I blend it out, I like to kind of go on a little bit of like a circle. And that blends it out nice. That's what I find. After I kind of go over a little bit, then blend it out. Go over it. And then blend it out. I'm going to turn my picture a little bit. And blend it out. As you can see, the blending out, it really goes fast, really. Doesn't take any time. Alright. And then kind of go over these little parts that we're shading in right here. Okay. And blend those out. So. Just a second, guys. You know what? I am liking my Prismacolor Premier Pencil better. Just want to see something really quick. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to use my Prismacolor Premier. I'm just liking that one better for this blending out and shading thing. Yep, I sure do. Okay. So that looks really good. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about when it comes to like shading. Ooh, with the black. Okay. I'm trying to think if I should take a little more time doing some more shading for you guys. Yeah, I'm going to do the door really quick. Let's just do, well, you know, let's do this. We'll do a little shading right here. Okay, we'll come down a little bit. We'll just come right. Okay, and it can come down just right there. It's a little bit of shading there. And then underneath this line here, around the door, we can do a little bit of shading. Okay, and then because underneath here, there would be a major shadow underneath. And if you ever don't know where to shade something, always shade underneath. Underneath something is always going to have a shadow, right? Right. So we're going to shadow this really well under here too. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and continue that shadowing all the way down here. Down here. And here. We'll put a nice little shadow underneath the door handle. We'll shade a little bit right through there. Okay. And then I'm going to do a little shading around this wreath, underneath this wreath, because under this wreath it would be a nice shadow too. And then I'm going to put some shadows in through here, just some like darker spots of where I think, you know, some shading could naturally happen. And I just feel like there could be some shadows here and through here. All right, we got a lot of blending out to do. So let's get with it. Make sure you guys are seeing the door. Yeah, okay. So let's go here and blend this out here. And blend out around the door. Okay. Also, right up here at the top, right up here at the top of the car, we need to blend that out too. Okay. And I'm doing a pretty heavy shadow right here because here's a tree. Obviously, that's going to have some nice dark shadows right there, right? Because this tree is not allowing the sun over it. So there can be some nice heavy shadows right here. So that's why I'm putting some nice heavier shadows right there. Okay. And then a little shadow underneath the door right there. And let's blend it out. And I got a little heavy-handed with the shadowing underneath this door. So we can just, oh, if you get a little heavy-handed with anything or you don't like something, what's nice about wax-based colored pencils, you can always erase it, which is nice. Turn my work a little bit. Okay. So I love all these great shadows that we've created. It's really what makes your piece come alive. Remember the shadow underneath this wreath? Let me blend that out. Just a second. Got a little heavy-handed right there. There'll be a nice little shadow underneath the wreath. And when you guys are on the road, start looking at cars and start seeing how you see different shades of light hitting a car, especially a red car. I started looking at red cars. I'm like, oh, there's different shades of light hitting here and hitting there. So there's a lot of different highlights and shading on a car. A car is never just a solid red, a solid blue, ever. Okay, so I think I showed you guys a lot about shading this car. Okay, so that's how I did that. And I got a little darker, heavy-handed shading with that other Prismacolor pencil than this one. So you can kind of decide how heavy you want your shading or not. And I feel like I got a little heavy-handed because on this one, look, I didn't get as heavy-handed. So go a little lighter. I feel like, in fact, you know what? Let me just show you guys how to correct that. Like, I feel like I got a little heavy-handed, so just erase it a little bit. Like, I could go through here with an eraser. Yeah, you know what? Actually, this is working really nice. It's good that I made a mistake a little bit, and I'm correcting it. I'm just going to go around all this and just erase a little bit of the darkness, so it's not so heavy-handed. You know what, that worked actually perfect. Just using my eraser, just going over things and lightening it up a little bit. Oh, I like that so much better. Okay. Doesn't that look better, you guys? It's not so heavy-handed. Okay? All right. So, that's how you shade. That's how I went through and shaded my my truck. Now, I'm going to go through and show you how I did the lights. Okay? So, that's going to be next.